In this video, I'm going to show you a function that lets you see the sort of the internal structure of any one of these objects you might have created in R, or an object that you might have had to download or use from something. Anyway, so the function we're going to talk about is just str, stands for structure. You can look it up over here. All right. And it compactly display the internal structure of an R object. Anyway, so what you can do with this, let's just start out by doing str of x. This is going to do different things depending upon, or give you different results depending on what you plug into it. So right here, if I plug this in, it comes back and I just have a vector here and it tells me it's got integers in it, it's got 4 places in it, and it starts running through the values for me. Whereas if I come down and I look at, say, this next thing, called that's a table, was made by sampling some values from 1 through 4 here. And if I type this guy in, what I get back tells me there's a table. It tells me that something about the dimensions on it. Tells me the values sitting in there. As far as the table is going to go, there's 8, 7, 2, and 3 of numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it tells me there's some extra hidden information on this. Okay, and now I made this guy Z, which is just a list. Let's clear this out here. So if I do this str and I type in Z, I find out that I have a list of 2 things, and then I can do see that one is a vector that's got 4 values in it, the other one's a vector that's got 20 values in it. And the dollar signs are telling you how you can get to these lower level deals there. First one, and then there's the second one there. You're just going to have to use the square brackets to get to them. And then you can see something else in here. Is I made a matrix up right here, matrix, and it's got 4 rows. So if I look at that guy under this, it tells me I've got more or less, it's a vector that's got 1 to 4 in terms of the rows, and then columns are 1 to 5, and then I get the data values that run through it. You don't get to see all of them, but you get to see the beginning of it. And then I made a data frame. So if we look at that, we'll see that it comes back and says I have a thing that's a data frame. It's got 4 observations, 2 variables. Tells me what their names are down here since they've got names. Tells me what kinds of things are sitting inside there. In this case, it says I have factors with 4 levels, A, B, C, and D. These ones are integers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is all stuff you can see over here, but sometimes it's good to be able to bring it up on your own and see what's sort of hidden inside the thing you've created or the thing somebody else has created. Anyway, that's the structure command.